Hello, hello. Anybody wants to stop by, friendly, say hi. I just do this live because so you can just interrupt me whenever you want. I'll try and remember to look at the chat box this time. I missed somebody last time, but so I don't really have too many quick updates. I say God Cares Ministries. The fund is still not yet. I can't send out anything for anybody to put applications. So that's just that. But also, uh, I've been kind of documenting here and there my experiences at hospitals and doctors. I have a lot of experience. Yes, hospitals and doctors and tests, shock trauma. I probably have less experience with shock trauma than some people, but yeah, more than some also, right? But so I've been around a lot of medical people most of my life. Well, most of my adult life, put it that way. And you know, it's just I don't understand how this is what there's this situation where it's as though different parts of the same body are not doing so well together. I don't know. Doesn't I don't know, but all I can say is it's like if you get sick in the United States and you are your own, you know, breadwinner. If you make your own income, you get sick, look the hell out. I don't know what else to say. No, because the 401k is going to go. Insurance in America, depending on what you got, doesn't pay for everything, and if you need something that's like actually rather important or life saving, well, you know, they'll come at you for that money. So I'm not trying to tell any hospitals or anybody you need to work for free. It's simply that, it's, I've said this on my blog, Singing from the Crease. Um, and I've written about it a few times. At some point, I might sing a song about it, but unfortunately, I'm starting to prepare myself for the possible reality here that because of whatever Parkinson, whatever this is going on, still that's all back and forth. No one wants to do anything. I I don't really know what else to say other than true and real facts. But there's a mental health rehabilitation um, program, and they didn't. Nobody knew where to put me. So this is just pretty much what happened. So my mental health issue is post traumatic stress, and I haven't really had to struggle with it as bad as this time around. So yeah, it's much. It's really difficult to be honest. So I just need to see therapy. But you know, people who are already traumatized now, right? I mean, let's just keep traumatizing and re-traumatizing and re-traumatizing until what, the point of death? I mean, is that after you've already killed somebody? Is that when you decide, oh, gee, maybe that wasn't the right thing to do, or it's something to kill? Because I've had doctors. I just recently had to go to the ER. I didn't think I had COVID, right? But I was having a hard time with this, and it was starting to cause a little bit of aphasia. So if I start breathing too labored, then it automatically primary care sends you. Right? I also had this like huge painful lump right here, and it was like, yeah, painful, painful. So they told me I can't, that it's an emergency. Go to the emergency room. But the people in the emergency room now, it's like, well, you need to call your GYN about your boob problem. It's just, I may not be able to see my GYN for like 2 months. So, why do I have to call? Don't you guys get paid? Have the number ring ring like same hospital? Okay, so I called GYN while I'm sitting there waiting, and yet this is about the 20th time in a period of maybe 2 years that, all right, they coming at me with the X-ray again. It's just like, I'm getting X-rayed and like steroid shots. There's a limit, doctors. Like there's a limit to how many steroid shots are safe. But yet I'm the one that got to remind the doctor of that. What? And then I spent all this time, you know, down in the ER, and I just know if I need to go to the ER, if I am conscious, I will take my book bag and bring things that you sure as hell aren't going to get there, like water or food to take your meds, no matter how long you've been there. Okay, I'm not trying to boo hiss anybody. I'm simply saying I spent that time in there, and the whoever was on call, I think it was an NP who talked to me. Right. I mean, it's like, what can we do for you? I don't really know. How about you call the primary care people and you ask them why they said I should come down here? Because, like, what do you want? I'm in this kind of pain. They told me I needed to do that, and plus this, and then I have multiple conditions. But all I get is quite literally, what can we do for you? I don't know. Primary care didn't even want me to make an appointment. They just told me to go to you. You know, great. So my faith in many things are dwindling greatly and quickly. It's not every single doctor I've ever run or a doctor's office, you know, is, but I've been to enough these days. Just like there are, you know, mistakes happening all over the place. People aren't able to get their medication because, yep, it's being held up somewhere, and doctors aren't sure what to do. So a lot of the primary cares apparently are all just sending everybody here, go to the million specialists. But the insurance that I've had when working, no matter whether it was like Kaiser Permanente or whether it was Blue Choice or Blue Cross, or what was the other one? I can't remember. Provincial. I don't really remember. Anyway, for years, just your primary care is the one who wrangles all your medical information, or your family doctor or something. Apparently, no, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to. You are getting paid, aren't you? Right. Well, I'm not. And so, being having lifelong incurable illnesses is just about some bullshit. And now, after I had to wait a year before I could even get to the point where I could go see movement disorder specialists. And I'm on Medicaid, In Maryland, I'm right at the Delaware border. So, but if there's any specialist that way, I can't go there because I have Maryland Medicaid insurance. So I'd have to go to Baltimore, and they're the only ones. That's it. Yep, that's it. At Johns Hopkins. Some will work through University of Maryland, Upper Chesapeake in Hartford County, Bel Air might have one, but three different doctors, two of them neurologists, from between the years of 2009 and now have said to me, you need to get to a neurologist to find out if you have Parkinson's. Right. And since then, certain symptoms have definitely gotten worse. And it explains the timing of certain things. Stuff started happening on my left. And it was, not entirely an issue because I had another health situation. So two different neurologists at different times, right? And one general doctor who just happens to have a relative who has Parkinson's, all said to me, right? And now I've got two more tests that indicate certain things would be indicative of Parkinson's. And it is kind of abnormal for a person my age. I'm 50 to have, you know, yeah, like sometimes, yeah, I laugh, I sneeze, yeah, like I've hit yeah, slight urinary, and the other things aren't indicative of people my age, right? So I'm trying to do what I can and go to the doctors that I can go to, but this is my life right here. This is it. There's nothing else going on. So no, no, people, I can't really heal you from far away, and no, I can't, you know, uh, make a certain hockey team win anything. And no, I'm not going to work for somebody who doesn't even really know me. And no, I don't really appreciate the fact that I'm an actual real scientist. You understand? And I'm a PhD holding person. And I've been through situations that some street people probably would be all, right, cringing about. Okay? So it's not that I'm a badass. I don't want to be a badass. That's the whole point of this whole thing. Everything. It's like, what badass? What the fuck? I'm not a badass. I'm fucking don't even care anymore if I get up in the morning. And I'm tired of the regular old bullshit that comes at me. If people don't know what to do, you say that. It's just, well, you know, I mean, the circumstances of my life could be better. Why would somebody pro bono me, a pretty, on point lawyer because I really shouldn't be poor? It's part of the problem. And I've been dealing with that for years. Right. And the medical mistakes that I've seen happening around me, I've had to stop two doctors in the past 10 years. One, mm, I said, I knew that the doctor picked up the wrong chart. I could see. So I said, hey, doc, that's not my chart. Like looking at this, and then walks over to me. And like right before I stopped looking I said, that's not my chart. I'm not Mrs. Smith. Yeah. Doc comes over and he's all looking right where Mrs. Smith's injury is. So Again, hey, doc! Okay, but then I'm the hostile one. You understand? Like, you get that? It's just like, hey, man, you know, I you're not paying attention. Okay, now all of this was pre-COVID, so I give everybody every kind of which way break. COVID. I mean, we all need to be giving each other breaks. This is the way it is. It's You're not the only one. This whole planet is in the same situation. So you know, but I too many times I was in shock trauma, and I finally got a room after I had emergency surgery, and the nurse had all my meds ready for me, nice and pretty. That's a good thing I know my medications, because I looked into the little cup like, these aren't mine. But yes, they are. Like, well, wait a minute, that's not for my bedtime. Well, those are mine, right? And then I looked at them like, those are my morning meds, right? Well, people with circadian rhythm and neurological sleep issues, yeah, you can put them in a pretty terrible situation. Just that one fuck up alone. Okay, it's alarming to say the least. I would say at least 70% of the United States citizens who use health insurance of any kind probably don't know certain things about their health insurance. And even if they were given information to look at it, number one, nobody's got time. Number two, well, what about the portion they can't read? And I'm not just talking about little children. Okay. Right. And then, right, those who don't understand, you know, trisyllabic words very well, and those who have reading comprehension issues. So 70% of the American public about that is likely lost, confused, taken wrong medication several times. I've gotten other people's lab results before. Right. I had to, like, yep, in the mail someone else's lab results. Uh, I had a situation. I was told by a primary care that I needed to get off a certain medication that for inflammation for a little while, because it might be it might help build potassium. It might be a potassium sparing. Whatever one it is, I don't know. There's several that I can't, because I have potassium situation. They can get deadly like really quickly. So if I go hyperkalemic and I haven't checked my potassium almost every month, uh, yeah, I could probably kick it. So, hey, I saw that. Um, so this is my life. But all of these are doctor's appointments. Let's see, it's like here we go. Here's my life. Right. This is why I stopped talking to people online, and it's why I really don't care if anybody's feelings are hurt, or don't understand why I never called, or you think I'm irresponsible. Any thought that you might have in your head is likely wrong. Wrong. Badly wrong. Right. Surgical daycare. Right. Yep. Just said surgical stuff. Nuclear medicine. Yes. Breast health center, emergency department, lab draw, emergency department, open MRI, lab draw, open MRI, emergency department, lab draw, breast health center, lab draw. Let's see. And I only went back to, this is one hospital for 1 year. And so just for 1 year, but then, yeah, then there's the ancillary appointments for that same year. Okay, this many doctor's appointments, separate and individual. Right. And then there's the representation of the other ancillary doctors that I have to go to, like orthopedist, pain management, uh, whatever, podiatrist. I don't know. Right. But now you can't even get a primary care family doctor to cut out a, what do you call it, uh, ingrown toenail. It's like, what? I gotta go where? Well, public transportation doesn't really go there. What am I supposed to do? Well, you don't know. I know it. Well, neither do I. But then, the U.S. government and the state of Maryland and a whole bunch of other people wonder why some people can't work. You know, well, here's why, everybody. See this? This is appointments, like the representation of 1 year of appointments. Right? Here we go. This is my life. This is my life. My entire life. So, I can't be all happy, smiley, trying to talk about dating with people because I don't think anybody wants the, sick woman who's poor in the first place. But besides all that, it's like, I kind of just rather know for sure whether or not I have Parkinson's or if I have Parkinson's syndrome, or if it's Parkinsonism, because these symptoms are entirely too Parkinson's-like to be anything else. And that's not just according me, it's according to other doctors. But, the guy in Baltimore just told me it was freaking stress. I couldn't duck walk. I can't reach my toes. Right. My chiropractor, yes, I know I've said this. He'll try and manipulate, but sometimes I get like, yep, like, hey, I don't know, it's stuck there. Just give it a second. Yeah, and then, right. And I have to work now. This is another reason it's like looking in a mirror doing this live, because I'm going to cut and edit everything that I do. I leave it up live just mostly because anybody, there's a few friendlies out online. Sometimes they're online, same time I and just stop in. But, you know, there's all kinds of people probably at some point hating on me. Like, yeah, while I was in a, yes, forced coma in the hospital. Angry messages like, hey, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? People are insensitive and silly, but that's what happens. But this is the other thing is there's all kinds of people. Oh, they all think they, right? We're all healed and recovered, and everything is good. Yeah, COVID gone. No, it's not. And by the way, you're probably not healed and recovered. Right? The mental health ramifications of this is absolutely staggering. Okay, staggering. So I am busting my fucking ass to get a PhD, and now I'm working on trying to get the fastest certification I can in the state of Maryland so that I can do counseling and therapy. I specialize in traumas of, yeah, anomalous traumas. So I'm an anomalous researcher on that, but I've never had the opportunity to take anybody's health insurance. But at this point, I'm totally just busting ass myself to try and figure out: do I get an LCP? Which one do I get? Which one can I get the fastest? So I can start taking health insurance. So, but I can legally in the state of Maryland. I do have a PhD in parapsychology, general something. Yeah, I've got degrees and work experience and all that good stuff. But so I have, right, but I can't take people's health insurance, but I can practice in Maryland. So, I started cleaning out the middle section of my apartment, uh, so that I can have like a couch and, you know, support groups for post traumatic stress. Well, you can never have enough of those, as far as I'm concerned, right? But on beginner Bible study, but that's mostly for people who just don't know any of the terminology and they're just getting lost and feel helpless at this point. It's just, they don't understand the terminology or what it equates to in any other kind of religious setting. But yeah, so I might be able to. I know I can test out of some classes, some things. Yeah, I've got experience in other things. I may not have taken a college course in a while, but I know I can test out. So I might actually be, heading toward medical degree. But right now, likely the fastest thing I can do is to get a general counseling degree or general counseling, whatever it is, certification from the state of Maryland. So the kind of I just put it to you this way: I've learned over the years how to read people really, 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 really carefully, and all their movements and what they say and how they say it and when they say it, and uh, sometimes that helps me find an issue more quickly than traditional uh, talk therapy, particularly if you're a spiritual person. And by spiritual, I mean you believe in some kind of spiritual soul, something. Okay, but if you're gonna look at me like a Christian, well then yeah, I guess I'm an esoteric Christian, but still Christian, right? But I don't care. I talk to witches. I don't care. Who cares? I don't. Right. So I understand many, many different types of modern day spiritualism on Earth enough to be you know at least a good enough listener to say, well, not really my thing, but I know whose thing it is. So let me get this person involved, right? So, but even if I practice Maryland, I'm not going to take any clients without uh, um, them having a primary care physician. And the reason for that is everybody should have one. True. Um, but I've been able to tutor people with disabilities and do a few things with individuals who, in service to their country, got all messed up in the head. Um, so there's a good bit of some things that I can kind of tell. So I'm going to say it's like a mystical healing. You understand? Oh, but I know what's going to happen. Somebody going to come at me with it's new age. Just like, shut it. Every every able-bodied and even some not even able-bodied people should really be like, no, preparing. You understand? You all, it's not over. The implications of it, money losses, death, the things are blah blah blah. You understand? Right? In the world of both psychology and a lot of the spiritual thinkers, the manifestation people of all of this is not even fully been processed by most of the people, yes, in the world. So a situation like this puts stresses and strains in places that hadn't been tested before, and people's imaginations and all the things. This one's a liar and that one's a liar, and get the vaccine. Don't get the vaccine, it'll turn you into a lizard. I don't care if I turn into a lizard, to be honest with you. I mean, if I turn into a lizard, maybe I won't be in pain anymore. That'd be kind of cool, right? I'd figure out where to scrounge for food, be honest. I don't care if somebody's trying to turn me into some alien, right? You know, my main thing is I have zero family, okay? And for some reason, US Americans just smile all day long. For some reason, I don't know. I'm an American, but uh, many other countries, you understand, aren't like that. But so if I'm not smiling, then there must be something wrong. Oh, come on, cheer up. And then people want to touch me, and I'm like, oh, geez, balls. I have a pain condition, right? My bones hurt. Okay, so I can't do the public because the public doesn't know, right? But somehow I'm antisocial. This whole thing, all of it, just crap, right? You got people fucking around doing all kinds of stupid shit. It's ridiculous. Yes, there's grandmas getting on their knees and sucking people off to get pot and meds they can't get any other way. So you'll forgive me if I'm just not smiling all the time. And it isn't my job to make everybody all happy, smiley. You understand? I give a shit about a lot of people. And that's one thing also what I'm gonna aim at is for personal clients because I'm starting to be able to do that. Can't take insurance yet, but I can practice in Maryland. Um, there are people who, medical for one thing. Just I'm sure that at some point some of them are in psychosis still. That's like zombie mode. Okay. But psychosis is not some like yes, horrible word that, makes you some killer of, yeah, single ladies in their apartments late at night. Okay. People's understanding of the English language, the great natural born English speakers is atrocious. I can't trust a lot of people with my life. I had a dentist some time back. I had to get a root canal back here. And he goes in there, my mouth wide open, and he gets a little thing, okay, he's in there, and I'm like trying to brave up, but the minute he hits the nerve, I'm like, ow. And he's just like, what's the matter? I didn't give you enough Novocaine. It's like, you didn't give me any Novocaine, man. United States of America, understand the word. We must recognize the crisis properly. Okay? Who gives a fuck what China's doing right now? Okay? They got their own problems. Right? Like, how is this not abundantly clear to all walking around in the United States of America? How? I know how to get in touch with politicians. And so occasionally I do that. There are people who are being so poorly beaten down and robbed right in front of my face in the United States of America. They are poor people. The amount of people who are drugged up, I mean, some of these people cannot possibly function, nor can they do what the state thinks they can do, nor can they do what anyone else thinks they can do because they're so blitzed out of their minds. You understand? There's nothing anybody can do while they're in that state and condition to teach them anything at all. They're basically just all, right? And that has to do with insurance and doctors and patients who don't understand what it's doing, and then doctors who have a hard time relating to the fact that, yeah, well, hey, docs, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I can't come to an appointment immediately tomorrow because guess what? I probably got something else scheduled. This is me. I'm a United States citizen, natural born. These are all true and real statements. Now, I would gladly let anybody who maybe worked Intel or some other clandestine or whatever, who's been trained in that, a lot of practice. I I invite the human lie detectors to, check out this video and tell me you think I'm lying. Even if I have Parkinson's, and yeah, my eyes don't blink as much as they used to. That's another thing that started happening. You think I guarantee you, anybody knows what they're doing could not tell you I was lying to you. So, could everybody stop complaining if you have the ability to do that and you're not all whatever, and try very hard to understand that the, the loss a politician once said, and that was another one, that there's this, safety net for the poor. But where is that for the, entitled poor, or is that for the non-entitled poor? And so the people who want to claim minority, I'm like, I'm a ridiculous minority. I'm so in the minority, it's insane. Okay, I don't pull that shit. You understand? And everybody else should stop doing that. It's like rise up and be victorious. Be who you are. Who gives a shit, right? But don't be a cunt like they say on The Boys. I stopped watching this show. Not interested. So this is just another, video. I'll use parts of it at some point. Um, I don't really know how far I'm gonna get because I just can't anymore, and I'm tired of people from far away. It's like, well, I know you meant well, but you, you said shitty things, and why I need to be tough loved. I need to be tough loved. Why? Because I had cancer. Because my family's dead. Because I on and off cigarette smoker. What I would like to ask, the Congress and Senate, and what the hell, the Supreme Court? What the hell is this? The president, all y'all over there. What exactly is it that is happening? Are you purposely punishing and laying more and more shit on people who can't fucking handle it, or what's happening? Give me a freaking hint inside the beltway, right? Because I'm high functioning. I know that's why I don't say high functioning. Who cares? I'm autistic. Most people didn't know that until I told them most recently. Right? I'm just a little weird. Okay, makes me extra nerdy. But I have PTSD, so that is something that every single doctor who comes near me is gonna need to know. Okay. But I'm the one who has to do all this ridiculous amount of administrative work and trying to straighten shit out for doctors and patients. Okay. I asked when I first got on Maryland Medicaid, uh, you know, I was told from the person who was helping me get it that it was called medical assistance. So I was calling it medical assistance. And I did go to a primary care doctor in Harford County, still looking for emergency housing, but I was staying at someone's house briefly. And I said, you know, medical assistance, right? And oh, there was a little bit of an uppity lecture about how I'm misleading people. I'm misleading people because I said it was on medical assistance. What? Huh? It, it's called medical assistance in Maryland. Okay, this is an MCO now, right? That's the in Maryland. It's called medical assistance. What was I misleading? You see, doctors don't know what the fuck. Okay, they don't. When I mean, I called a former GI to get my regular refill for Prevacid lansoprazole because I really have some, really serious GERD things. And at one point, right after Prevacid, I guess, gave up the rights or whatever they do, yeah, and Prevacid was out on OTC. Didn't even let me talk to the doctor. Didn't even let me make an appointment. Just basically said, "Oh, well, you can get that over the counter now." Like, but my insurance doesn't cover what's over the counter, does it? No, ma'am. What? What? Okay, that's great. But also, over the counters for temporary. Okay, the prescription is right. A medical doctor says you need to take this long term. Why is it that I know all these things and there are people getting paid and there are people who have other people's lives in their fucking hands? And I'm looking at all this like, holy shit, somebody's going to kill me soon. Probably by accident. So, you know, people who don't know me and didn't, even bother to do a single bit of research, which there is no possible way anybody could, put in Mia Luth, Luth, or Creasesinger, or singing from the Crease and not find me online somewhere. Or Maria Luth, by the way. Yes. There's no way anybody who did any kind of simple search. Yes, I'm readily accessible that way. Easy. For years, years and years and years, I've been online. I've never hidden from anybody. Not once. But so this one today is just, people give a shit. Let's make sure that everybody's taking, you're not going to be able to, repaste back to what it was for a while. There are people who are going to have uh, issues with loss all over the planet, and there's some of them. There are people, I've lost people, pretty much all of them. I don't have any immediate family anymore, and I know other people too talk about things, but even just processing the death, the human mind, just processing the death of one close family member, you take up to 5 years to 10 to never. You understand? So all these people, you know, that's a lot of people, and they're still going, and it happens a lot on this planet. I'm not numb to it like the rest of you are. And, you know, it is, I have to be honest, just say, all right, well, who's trying to kill US American citizens then? right? Somebody manipulating U.S. healthcare in weird little ways. Just like, what the hell? I, I've had so many like medical malpractice. What the shit? I really should be rich, you know. But I can't stay quiet about this stuff because for the safety of other human beings, and the ones who have the highest stress jobs, I don't know. It could be different people, but yeah, like the healthcare system has been stretched and bust through and all kinds already. So the healthcare people who had to stay away from family and or all that, it's like nah, you think it's still back in you think it's all back in 2019, 2020, but that's not the case. And so we need you know healthcare people from every freaking healthcare variety there is jumping in, even if you're retired. Everybody needs to go a little slower. The end. Okay. The people who are bullying other people online about, oh, well, how come I can't get my, package? It's taken. Well, you know, I don't know. Half the employees who used to work where you ordered it are dead. And, they've been trying to recover. And, oh, there's stuff going on. Yeah, the gas, and it takes a while to get from point A to point B. Some people really shouldn't be allowed to share their thoughts and opinions because of the damage that they do. And so, if that is something that I need to, go through horrible pain for, you know what I'm saying? It's basically what I'm looking at here, one way or the other. Or somebody's gonna, prescribe me the wrong medication again, and I'm gonna. All of these things have happened to me. My former sleep doctor, right, got indicted. Totally no more sleep doctor. Totally no more medication. Right. I had to stop a medication that I'm not supposed to stop. Like that. So all these things that the CDC and everybody is like, shut your fucking mouths, man. I'm done with you. You are so unrealistic as to the reality of day by day street and holler in the United States of America that I really don't want any of you coming anywhere near me. And I have the right as a U.S. American citizen to not participate in treatment. And if the state of Maryland or Sunrise or anyone else would like to, I, I'd gladly take this to the courts, quite confidently that it will not only, right, bust your happy little bubbles in the worst kinds of ways, but it will expose tons and tons of situations that most of the people I see online and on the news, people have, no, you're not doing much about it, but you sure are talking about it a lot. You got opinions and you will be heard. Well, shut up and do something, everybody. And until that is the case, until people start giving each other an easier time of it, until people who know better are helping the people who don't know better, well, what the fuck? I guess our country was never great, so people need to just leave me the fuck out of it. I'm not a politician, but I've sat and had dinner at lunch with politicians. You understand? So to Elkton, Maryland, I mean, use my brains and my connections before I die quickly. And let's be a little more cooperative about it. I'm not one of those, street hussies who is some kind of transient walking around the planet either, right? To people who love to tear you down, Okay, if you're not in the military, you understand? I'm not talking about that. Right? They're the ones who are hurting so bad. They're just gonna get snappier and bitchier, and so the human population is on the verge of an unprecedented kind of shift that whether anybody's trying to be talking about freaking Pleiadians or Lucifer, and by the way, everyone, all these experts online, it's a very simple thing. And it is actually written in several different places all over the earth. And it's known by many, many people that angel names, heavenly names. Got it? The sons of God, the archangels. Got it? Very simple. It uncomplicates everything. Truth, fact, reality. The truth is here already. Right? So, that's why Samael, Lucifer, right? Lucifer is not the heavenly name, folks. Samael is, just like Daniel and Michael. Okay? Very simple. Learn to trust what I'm saying, everyone. Because I'm gonna go through all kinds of different ways to try and check information, and I'm going to get confirmations from proper sources, and some of them could be heavenly. Well, of course, oh no, the crazy lady, right? Well, the crazy lady is extremely good at finding some mental and physical ailments just by watching a person and talking to them for an hour. So that triage is way faster than somebody waiting 3, 4, 5 years before it becomes, yes, an issue. I understand healing, touch. There's some things that I can teach that aren't meant for, like, look at me, man, I'm cool. Okay? This is serious for serious minded people who have serious, ridiculous stress. I have plenty of little things that I can teach people and show people. But in terms of Rosicrucian, well, I mean, I guess right now, I have to say, I'm a little, I've been at this for years. I didn't officially just like go. I know I got to give them $150, but I've been looking through the student stuff that they send, right? So, yeah, I'm already like, yeah, way leveled up. But the reason that I can identify with that is that's what I am. I'm a trainer. People say teacher. Some people, somebody wrote something about me once. So it was an educator, but no, I'm a trainer. Okay, and what that is get this. Okay, and stuff that people struggle through for years, right? Well, I can get that compressed into very plain, simple layman language that almost anybody can understand. See, so anybody says they can't learn, I'm going to say, please sit down. I'm going to prove you wrong. And I will say that to any human walking. You, that's not true, right? So anyway, I'm trying to do all this, and I put up an ad on Craigslist, you know, um, or I put up an event on Craigslist. I have to try and use everything free that I can. So Craigslist is one of those places that I was doing basic human relations, um, from like a perspective like the divine masculine and divine feminine, and that can fit across several different disciplines too. So, but there are people who might have some confusion, or have some sort of spiritual situation, they're not. I might be able to. I can't say I always can, but I might be able to find some insight. But just basic human relations, kind of, right? And anyway, divine feminine, divine masculine. Well, there's a portion of yes, some is a little more, see, masculine, some is a little more feminine. So there's variances between those two things, um, and that's normal. Yes, okay. Uh, it's a normal, regular, everyday human situation. Okay, it just doesn't get discussed this way. So, but I put up also that I would be able to take maybe one or two clients, for anything stress related or anything. Let's put it in the spiritual therapy. Okay, it's the same body, mental health. It has to do with spiritual things too, and the mental health professionals just have to fucking accept it now, or be destroyed for real. I'll take that in your careers. I will discredit, and I got the power to do it. Read me. Got the power to do it. But I'm not trying to go that way. I'm trying to say that, yep. So, and then there's confusion with mind, body, spirit. Well, that's three things are new age. And I'm like, God is one who is three. Three is one. But I'm not saying I'm God. Oh, Lord. Never mind. People not doing their homework. They're just having uprisings for no particular reason at all. But here's the thing, it's like most of it's documented. So, right, 20 years from now, some of your kids are going to look at you like, boy, you really fucked up. Right out loud. Got millions of people killed and totally ignored the poor in the United States of America. This is what happens on a daily basis out here. Right? So people think, out in the wilderness. I've been out in the wilderness too. No, I like that better. Right. So all the people, oh, well, the people from the city wouldn't be able to handle. I'm like, everyone, stop trying so effing hard with everything you do and learn about who you are on the inside. And if you have to, do that on your own because no one else is going to, then do that. I mean, I pretty much had it with humankind in general. So you deserve it. I got so much racked up. It's insane. So, no, I'm not going to go all litigious about things, but the healthcare in America is killing people. They don't understand. I've had at least 10 different occasions in the last 10 years where something that a pharmacist was the last line of defense to pick up, right? Which would mix very badly with another medication I already take. Okay? Didn't pick that up. Doctor didn't pick it up. Pharmacist didn't pick it up. Not my job to do that. Okay? I don't get paid. You guys do. I'm sure people have died. Plenty of them. Because they didn't get the right meds. Because they don't understand that they need to take. And yep. Or they just been given the wrong meds. Or they went to, ER. Your own hospital primary care told me I needed to go to the ER. But you're confused as to why I'm in the ER. See, that does not inspire confidence. That does not make anyone who is attempting to do what I can anyway to try to piece together some shit that 10 different doctors just threw at me as though I didn't have a serious life threatening chronic illness. Just nobody gets to compare the healthy person to me ever. Nobody gets to go online and start bullying and harassing sick, innocent citizens who are just trying to communicate. Some of it could actually be considered domestic terrorism if it really got too bad. You really don't want to shut it down. But then, yep, then it could also be considered foreign terrorism, depending on where the hell you were sitting. Right. So, every U.S. American citizen and all those trying to become a U.S. citizen the legal way, freaking right. Take time to do this once a day, everybody. Refocus several times a day. Ask for help. Suck it up, buttercups, and ask for help. Okay? Everybody needs to understand the effect on some total number of humans that all have experienced a slowdown of a planet is can be deadly in ways that will be anomalous. This is why I'm an anomalous researcher, because I can see this freaking shit coming. So I suggest that, everyone who possibly can, if you're not a medical doctor, do not be giving people medical advice at home. Right? Years, hundreds of years, thousands, I don't even know. Right? Adults getting their kids all drunk. Oh, look, they go to sleep when you give them drinky. Hey, hey. Wonder why there's so many addicts. Right. And it fucks up their beta wave. So you're actually helping them develop a very serious sleep disorder, which could then, right, cause a serotonin storm, which could then, right, lead to, complete and total, like, shutdown. It's not about blame, it's about truth. So I have a lot of this already on record. At some point, somebody gonna wake the fuck up and see this, and I guarantee you, the way shit just happens in my life is it's gonna be way too fucking little, way too fucking late. But I'm trying to jump in, so headed for a medical degree, fast track that, right? But I think the fastest will be if I get a general counseling, whatever it is, uh, so that I can start taking insurance. Because everybody's going to have to do something, and people are going to have to start being more patient and understanding. Look, I don't give a crap. This is happening to every single human on Earth, and there will be anomalous behaviors not seen on Earth before. Guarantee you. Right? I suggest we get paid for prepared for it. Mm-hmm. Yep, just this alone. But I feel like there's something else worse coming. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's just some stupid shit. But I'm not gonna fight to stay alive. People, are you insane? I have no family. Jesus. People just, well, don't do it. And I'm like, it'll get better. I'm like, well, it hasn't gotten better in 15 years. So, yeah, it's only gotten worse. Not really sure I agree, but Most people are not really in the situation I'm in because you have somebody to live for, a family, something, right? Work, job, something. I don't. I, I've tried to do that, but you know, the ridiculous abusive situation that sunrise is for autistics and people who have, you know, actual real medical physical condition that can affect your mental health. I mean, I didn't do any healing at sunrise, by the way. There, no. Okay, so right, doctors don't know, insurance, nobody knows, things change too quickly. Local hospital, yep, a year in, still hadn't changed from Windows 10. Yeah, so let's face the facts, man. Let's be truthful and honest. This is not over yet. And the people who keep wanting it to return to the way it was is like, well, you have to wait at least 15, 20, 30. It may never happen because of the toll, money. Yep. And those people who are now 3 years ago were sure they would always have enough money to cover their bills and have to blah, 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 right? Yeah. And some of you, right, had to hit unemployment. Well, you never thought you had to do that, but you also don't know that you need food stamps and local. Yeah, there's all sorts of like local things that don't really get advertised very well in certain places, but really well advertised in other places. I mean, I don't anybody trying to give me any crap about, oh, you need to fight. I'm like, I can't. I shouldn't be expected to have to fight for anyone else, okay, at all. But I can't even fight for myself. So all the fighting that I could do for other people, I already did it. And I hope that at some point, a few people, some of whom I used to know, see this so you can understand. Don't ever fucking do this to anyone else ever again. Okay? And for the people who don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. But yeah, that's an hour. But this one, I needed to get some things out because it healthcare is. I'm not blaming anyone, but I think the sick people really should not have to be bullied and abused and told all sorts of things that really aren't even right and made to go, all the way to this city, to get this kind of test. And then but we need to figure out, no, I need to go all the way to this city. Hey, there are millions and millions of US Americans don't even have cars. So people try and give me some easy shit. I wasn't asking. Nope. But nobody, nobody in the paranormal little milieu. I've been around the whole fucking time, y'all. Right. You understand? Since I was a child. That's why all this is normal to me and not so normal to other people. But, okay? You have to understand, I get competing theories with several of the Yeah, ancient alien theorists, and I tell you, if I come at you with it, you're gonna feel real stupid. Especially when you say, "What else could it be?" Well, it's simple, you know. All right. Okay. So I'm not doing those things, but I have every bit of power I need to do what I need to do. Right. I can't do that for anybody. And so everybody like to pass the buck and get other people to do shit for them. And, I find then we're all going to fucking die a horrible death. And I don't really give a crap anymore. But for the youngsters, it's like, yep, uh, go biology, go psychology, go both. Uh, right. And sociology, but the social, yep, social workers should have more experience with a couple extra, right, human thinking, learning patterns. Because sociologists, you gotta understand, you're not dealing with friggin' what you think you're dealing with. It's skewed view of society is what you got. Mainstream does. Right. So why would I be all smiley happy about medical care when numerous times I could have been killed by medical situations that were beyond my control? Right. And I'm sure there's plenty of other people who have the same. Right. But everyone else in the United States needs to understand these words very, very, listen carefully. Doctors, lawyers, regular people, anybody on, yeah, U.S. soil with U.S. type insurance. Okay. It is not up to the doctor sometimes whether you can do your blood in that office. Wouldn't it be nice if that were that simple? But it isn't. Don't anyone be walking around out there thinking that that's how it is, because you're wrong. Hey, it's the insurance companies that dictate where you go to get your blood. So your doctor may take blood in the office and you don't have to go all the way over to the lab court or wherever, right? But only with certain assurances. So much crap I hear constantly. But I have a virus on my computer. It's not a virus. But it's not a virus. It's not a virus, right? People who don't really know that much, I'm like, well, I'm pretty IQ, high IQ, tech savvy. I won't work with end users anymore there because, right, I started getting depressed and wanting to kill myself. So I quit that job. Yep, user errors all the time, but I'm the one who would take the hit for it. And that's just unacceptable. So I just won't do end users anymore. But that's that. I don't really care if anybody out there's like, "We never called me and she didn't say that," and blah, blah, blah. And I tried to, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. I give a shit if people are hurting too, like I am. I give a shit when people are going through crap, but I can't give a shit about the stupidity. And if nobody else is going to give a shit about my life, I suppose I have to. But I don't have the strength to fight anymore. And I don't understand why, rich people and celebrities can come and freaking, right, cause all kinds of havoc in your life. And they still are getting praise and money. That's a lawsuit I can't not do. You understand? I can't not, you know, take indicted doctor for pain and suffering, right? That would be really what's going to happen. So I'll need some pro bono lawyers. I'm telling you, you got it in the fucking bag. But I don't, there's a few things I don't know. Maybe someday somebody will see this and understand that a real, live, honest, yep, I'm not trying to pull any strings or, yep, I'm not towing any party anywhere, straight out truth. And these things are all over the United States. People don't know how systems work, don't even know how their own government works, and yet it's constant, right? Constant complaining. And if you don't vote, well, all those conspiracy theorists, like, there's a term that some might use, and if you're left in it, Pat, say that the universe conspires against those things which, right, get in your way or whatever it is you're looking at. Right? Some of you are online and you are taking Seroquel, benzos, doing LSD, admitting to being drunk, and you are all trying to make points about conspiracy theories. Well, please get sober first, and then we'll start believing you. Okay? But anyone who talks about the United States of America with all or any kind of conspiracy theory and they're hiding things from you and blah blah blah, it's like, well, don't be stupid enough to address me in any formal academic general intelligent conversation about certain things having to do with classified or declassified information, what the US knows and doesn't know. Okay? If you have not gone to get the document that you need to fill out online, whatever DD form, whatever it is, GS form, I don't know, but to ask freedom of information for certain information. If you have not put that in, then I'm an actual real scientist, and I actually know for a fact that some of this is just total crap. And I can, I don't really want to be publicly doing it. So everybody, stop and think about stuff before you do it now. And check your spirits. Don't. Okay? But don't anybody be giving me any crap about Jesus. He took the hit for us. So, hey, fuck you. You don't like it.